This is a real quick recording to open up OBJs and also putting the RGB or the color data onto a 3D object. So the object that we're going to do is a pony that was in which we use photogrammetry, Agisoft software. And so let's go ahead and get started. So what we're going to do is go open. And believe it or not, my desktop is clean. So we're going to go to the pony data, and we're going to go ahead and grab, we have the JPEG, which we don't want, but we actually want to open up the OBJ first, and then we'll put the JPEG or the color data on layer. So we'll hit open. Now this may take a while. I didn't reboot my computer, but definitely restart it. It should be able to handle this. It may go slow. If not, just go into the lab and open up on a strong computer. And so you can see it open up pretty quickly. I'm going to go ahead and go to inches instead of millimeters. And I'm going to go ahead and launch this a lot bigger so your resolution is really high. We got 144 resolution. I wouldn't go any higher than that just because the computer will be slow. X, Y, I want to type in 15 inches because I think that's about what you're going to be printing out. This is dedicated to go out and onto some poster board or some printout using a plotter. So I'm going to go ahead and hit OK. Again, if it's going too slow, definitely open up on a stronger computer. It shouldn't be an issue. Alright, so if it's going to take a while, just go ahead and fast forward on the video. But again, it shouldn't take more than 2 or 3 minutes. Alright, took it about a minute there. Okay, so here's our 3D data, and boy, I should have did 15 by 15 inches right from the get-go, and I'm going to go ahead and turn that off. I'm not sure what that's all about. So definitely do 15 by 15 inches. I thought it did ratios, but for some reason it did not. You can zoom in and out, I think similar to like Maya. Just go in here on the bottom are the pan and tilt, so you can kind of scooch in and out. And I am using a mouse, so it'll probably make it a lot easier. I'm not sure what the hotkeys are. It may be even similar to Maya. Okay, so I'm going to spin it around so it looks like the outside of the pony, and I've got them upside down. And I'm doing a horrible job with this. It's totally doing opposite of what I'm saying. Ah! Alright, so let's get it around somewhat flat here. Again, I think having a stronger computer does this better. And I think one of my students talked about using ZBrush. This may be a better, just do a screen grab from ZBrush since it's acting kind of strange. Alright, so basically you can do this. We can zoom in, save it as a JPEG. Right now we don't have any color on it whatsoever, and so that's the big thing why I'm doing this tutorial. So I'm going to go ahead and turn this off. And right now we're in layers, so I want you to go into channels, 3D. Okay, I think it's in the current view, solid. I think I just did this the other day, and I should know how to do this. So I think it's 3D, OBJ, current view. So that's light, solid. All right. So I'm going to pull this down just a little bit. And okay, so you hit your solid. Sorry for the delay on that. So you're going to hit your solid, and you're going to go to this folder for diffuse. Now we don't have specular or illuminate, but if you did break this down in some sort of weird rendering and Maya, you could get the specular and illumination. So we're going to go to diffuse. We don't have any color on that, so we're going to go to load texture, and we're going to go to final JPEG, the final underscore pony, and this could be your hand or your brain or your arms or kneecap, whatever it is. You just go into that, hit open, Hopefully it'll load it. Okay, see it's pretty dark. I think there's color on there. And I think I've accidentally turned off the light. So we'll probably move that around. Now definitely take this in the classroom because this is acting weird. All right, so I'm just moving the light around. You can easily do that, or I just moved the body around, I can't tell. All right. All right, easy as that. You can probably zoom in. I'm gonna zoom in so we can probably do a real quick, like that. And then from there, you've got a little bit of a light source. You can play around with the infinite light, the intensity. Right now our shadow softness is 0, so it's pretty harsh, so we can probably soften that up. So that's probably the only reason why you would add light to this versus ZBrush is you can play around with the light source. You can even put 2 lights, play around with it. So if we're happy with that, then we just go ahead and then save that as a JPEG. And we'll save it to the desktop so we can kind of quickly open it up. Obviously you can do it PSD. I'm just doing it as a JPEG because we'll probably just make sure it's maximum. Like that. Again, you can play around with the lighting source. You can crop it, do all kinds of infinite things that you can do with Photoshop. It's probably going to take a while to save. All right, you can probably hear my computer is about to die. You can hear the fan going. So I may end it there because it's taken a while. Still spinning the wheel of death. All right, so this is pretty good job. You could probably go in there in Photoshop. Once this is a JPEG, you probably could go in here and clean up the edges if you want, since you're printing this out. All right, bam, it's done. You'll probably tell I'm caffeinated. We're going to open with a preview to default, so you can see this is not in Photoshop anymore. So this is nice JPEG. So I think you can come up with some really cool scenarios for your body parts, and I think the drop shadow and the lighting is going to add a lot to it. Play around with the intensity of the lighting and so forth, and good luck. Let me know if you have any questions.